this 20-year plan will start off by speaking to your character, your vision, and your purpose. Because I think that's where the foundation needs to be laid. And then there's a question, the number one, it says, what kind of person will I want to be? Now this is here in 20 years time. What kind of person will I want to be? That speaks to your character as a person. For instance, to give you an example, you can say, the year 2043, I am a person of value and a person of character and a person who's trustworthy. Who here wants to do business with a liar? Anyone? Any volunteers? Anyone wants to do business with a liar? I see hands there. Okay, so nobody wants to do business with a liar, right? So which means if you know that you are a person who lies, eventually there will be no one who wants to do business with you. It goes without saying. So meaning there must be a goal that you have in terms of your character as a person when you're building it. What sort of character? So looking at the money, let's say you want to have. What kind of character do you need to have a lot of money? To have a lot of people trusting you with their money. What kind of character do you need to have? There has to be a certain character that you have. So you must write it down. And you realize that as you are writing down, your answer will be different from every other person that's sitting here. You know why? Because success means different things to different people. It doesn't mean the same thing to all of us. I promise you. I know people are saying, no, success is success. It means not the same thing to all of us. So, number one speaks to your character. Number two, what is my most important strength? What is my most important strength? Remember when Tlomo walked in, I made a talk deliberately, again? Yeah. Because I know what her weakness is. Isn't it? Yeah. But if you don't know what your strength is, you also don't know what your weakness is. Because you must know certain things that you are able to do, and you must also know where you are limited. Do you know for a fact that you don't know how to manage, but you want to hire 100 people? Because everything will require you now to do management, right? Yeah. But I know you. You in Pulquan? Yeah, I can see you, man. Is it? Good to see you, my brother. What's your name? Tebo. Yes. Nice to see you, my brother. So, meaning that there has to be a way you know what you're good at and what you're not good at. And right now you know what your strength is. What is that one thing that you can do better than most people? Where people can look at you and say, oh, you see, when it comes to this, you are very good. And then number three, what is my biggest weakness? What is my biggest weakness? What is that one thing that you know for a fact that you can't do well? Because when you know your strengths and when you know your weaknesses, you also know which kind of people you are going to partner with, right? If you are so good at one thing, do you really need someone else who's good at that thing? You need someone else who's good at the things that you are not good at. Okay?
They must bring value.
They must bring value. And that's what partnership is. You're good at something, I'm not good at it, and I'm bringing you in because I want to add value. And then number four, we're building a 20-year plan. What can I change about myself to make me a better person? What is it that you can change about yourself to make you know yourself better than anyone else does? What can I change about myself? Maybe I should tell me something I don't believe. Yes, because sometimes we lie, we even lie to ourselves. You understand? So, but you know yourself. What is it that you can change and improve about yourself to make you a better person? I've got my own 20-year plan. I've written it down. And then number 5. Can we move to number 5? What should I have achieved? Now that speaks to accomplishments. It's the year 2043. What have you achieved? What have you accomplished? Are you an attorney that has got a law firm? Are you a doctor that owns a hospital? Are you a businessman? Are you now the CEO of the company you work for? Are you the president of the country? What should you have accomplished? It's the year 2043. What have you achieved? Now you need to put that down. You are building this dream. You are building this dream life of yours. What have you achieved? The year 2043. Because, I saw something. In soccer, right? When do you get a score? When you score a what? A goal. So for you to score, there must be a goal. So meaning it is difficult or impossible to score if there's no goal. So meaning even you right now, if there's no goal that you have, there'll be no score that you are getting. Isn't it? Yeah. There's no if there's no goal, let's say to buy a car, can you stumble upon it and when I was out of nowhere? There's a goal you put in place, isn't it? So that becomes the score. So now the question is, what are the things that you've put there that you say you're going to have accomplished? I need to have accomplished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by the year 2043. Now you didn't have a plan. The first step right now could be having the plan. Can we move? Now moving to the next section. Defining your dream or your purpose. We are defining it now. Number 1. What makes me angry? What makes me angry? If you don't know the things that make you angry, you don't know the things that are tied to your purpose. In the book, it's more than just money. The first chapter, significance is calling. Will you answer? I talk about there are things that are going to aggravate and make you angry, isn't it? And those things are tied exactly to your purpose. Because our purpose is directly related to the things that make us angry and the things that make us excited. So someone can say to me, Witness, how can you go across the country doing seminars, teaching people? You don't need this thing. It's actually one of my business partners said this to me. You don't need this thing that you are doing. And the reason he can say that to me is because he doesn't understand. I personally, my heart gets broken when I see a sheikh and a black person lives in it. So I get angry when I see that. That thing makes me angry. Perhaps, if just one person gets out of poverty, I'll be happy. Then my anger can go down. Because I really don't understand. Are black people God's stepchildren or something? Why are we the only ones who must suffer? It does not bother you. And I know it might not, because it bothers me. So because it bothers me, perhaps I can do something about it. Someone said you had no business writing a book. One guy actually wrote to me and said, you are making the market competitive for all of us. You shouldn't teach people these things. Because there are people who make money from your struggle, you know that? Yeah, so if I'm a therapist, I need you to be depressed, so that you can come and sit on the couch. But if all of you are happy, now I can't make money, there are no customers. Everyone is doing well. But for me to have a market, people need to be in dysfunction. And there are people who are benefiting from the dysfunction of black people. And now it doesn't make me happy. So now the question is, what makes you angry? What makes you angry? There has to be something that makes you angry. What is that thing? What makes you angry, man? Yeah.
Being kept waiting.
Being kept waiting. It's a good answer. Yeah. They kept you waiting today. I apologize. What makes you angry, sir?
Crime.
Crime?
Crime makes me angry.
So law enforcement could be something you get into?
No. Just want to be on top to make the law enforcement work. Because law enforcement are there, but enforcement are not being implemented. So when the high rate of crime, investors going away, people lose jobs, the economy goes down, it's up all. Of crime.
So meaning if there's a business that you could run well, it could be private security?
Yes. I wish I can be the head of politicians so that I can put in enforcement so that they can work this.
Crime makes you angry. We are onto something here. What makes you angry, my brother?
Not meeting my targets at work.
Not meeting your targets at work. Put that down. This other time I was talking to my younger brother, and he says to me, he was watching a documentary. Ari, that attorney Abuti, he calls me Abuti, that attorney is defrauding people who have children that are crippled. I'm like, I'm listening. It's like, yeah, why can't you when you got this? Chief, God put it in your heart. It makes you angry. Now you want me to inherit your anger. There are things that make me angry myself, isn't it? So I'm doing something about them. So if when this thing touches you so much, perhaps you need to do something about it, right? There must be something that touches you as a person. And then number 2, what am I enthusiastic about? I'm enthusiastic. I understand that if I'm in a space like this, I can talk until tomorrow. Anyone who needs a pencil? Pencil? Anyone? So many people. You must buy pens and notebooks. There. Anyone with an extra pen to borrow? Anyone? I see pens here. Yo, don't have about don't throw. Hurry, we need to finish. She doesn't like being kept waiting. And they'll ask someone.
There's some pens there.
Anyone? There's
else?
another one, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sisi. Anyone? Guys, anyone? This I can throw. I saw that hand first at the corner. That the lady at the corner there. Okay. What am I enthusiastic about? I mean, as a person, there must be that one thing that has always given you energy. What is that thing? I know from a young age, well, I was that guy at the corner. So. So I'm not surprised. I'm like, I've been making food. To call. So you must know yourself. When you put or what makes you enthusiastic? You have to know yourself. And then number 4. Okay, number 3, very important. What have I always wanted to become? Yeah, forget the fact that what you are doing now. What is that one thing you've always wanted to become? What have you always wanted to become? I remember I once went to my mom and I said, Mama, who's the wealthiest person in our family? And then she told me, not in our family, but I asked in my family, my father's side, my mother's side, that no, your uncle, he's an advocate. He's an advocate. And when I grew up, I want to be an advocate. But you see, that question, I was not asking because I want to be a lawyer. I was really asking because I want to know who's making. Can you see? So I wanted to be this thing, but not because of this thing. I ended up not being an advocate anyway. But there's something that I was chasing that I wanted to be because someone else in my family was doing that thing and was making money. Right? So what is that one thing that you've always wanted to become? Perhaps you wanted to be a lawyer. Perhaps you wanted to be a policeman. What is it? Number 4, what gives me the greatest fulfillment? Yeah, what gives you the greatest fulfillment? Remember when I said it makes me angry to see black people suffering? It gives me fulfillment when I hear one black person saying, yo, Joe, I bought a property, I didn't know how I would do so. But my kids have got a roof now, and we've got some investment, we've got some rooms that we are renting out. Thank you. That gives me joy. It fulfills me. So there must be something, Luena, that fulfills you as a person. What is that one thing that gives your life fulfillment and joy? And you need many of those moments that fulfill you, isn't it? Yeah? Don't you? Those moments. Don't you want to live your life and it's filled by moments that are making you fulfilled? And then number 5, what do I constantly imagine about my future? What do you constantly think about and imagine about your future? What do you imagine? What do you think about? What do you dream about? Why does this thing constantly come? That thing you're imagining. Why does it always come? Why do you imagine yourself as a leader? Why? It can't be by mistake, isn't it? Remember in the Bible, Joseph, he constantly dreamt about him being the leader of his family and the world, right? Because it was like that, it was true. So meaning, whatever is in our hearts right now, whatever is in your heart, you're constantly imagining. What is it, that thing? Perhaps you're imagining yourself as our president. You don't know like how it's going to happen. You need to start thinking about what sort of action you're gonna take. Okay, what do I do best with the least effort? What do I do best with the least effort? Since I got here, did you hear me say, Chief, No, I'm asking, did you hear me? I'm speaking again. Least effort. Can you see that? So meaning, if I'm getting into a partnership of some sort, and most of the time, well, it's like that. Like I'm in the boardroom, because they know the matter will be taken, even if it's complicated, I will simplify it for other people to understand it. What is that? It's a strength, isn't it? So now I'm aware, okay, I've got this strength. How can I make this strength something that is part of my everyday business life? Someone is so angry, the matter emotionally, I will get there and we will talk it out. What do you do with the least effort? That one thing that you know how to do best, better than everyone. And sometimes it might not be better than anyone, just for you, Nji. What is that one thing?